Hey guys, good evening. Haven't posted any videos for a while, so my apologies. I'm going to get back with it. Tonight, I've had this Bison Bar for a little while now. Titan Fitness makes this bar. It's pretty inexpensive. It's $109.95 from Titan. The bar has a 1-year warranty with it. The grip on this thing's pretty beefy. It's a 32 millimeter grip on it, and it has medium knurling. The arch itself is about a 6-inch. Not about. It is a 6-inch arch. So that's your added depth. 87-inch length with 50 millimeter sleeves. Pretty standard. Sleeves are pretty long on this. They're a 16-inch loadable space on these. So it's chrome plated, but it has brass insert bushings in your sleeves here. So not a bad bar. For what you'd use it for, I don't know that you're going to just load it up for squats. It does have a 500-pound rating, but I don't know when you get up towards its upper capacity how it's going to perform. It's 160,000 psi tensile strength is what it's rated at, but it's only a 500-pound rating capacity on the bar, so use caution until you know what the bar's about and how it's going to perform for you. I'm not going to put that kind of stress on the bar myself. I just got it to play around with. I was going to use it mainly for bench, but the idea of the bar is for people that have limited flexibility, that this arch is going to kind of prevent you from having that shoulder impingement. I don't know, those are the selling points on it. Guys, it's a $109.95 bar. If you want to try it out, by all means try it out. For bench press, I was a little intrigued with it because it has this 6-inch arch to get a deeper range of motion for your bench press. I've tried it a couple times, to be honest, already, and I'm not sold one way or the other on it yet, so I think I need to use it for a while, incorporate it into some workouts, and give a follow-up and see what kind of, if I think it's going to help. I plan on using it just maybe once a week, throw it into my workouts and do some bench presses with it. So that's that. I'll get it on the rack here. Show you a couple of my issues with it on the rack, but again, it's a Bison Bar. I've got roller J cups on this particular X3 short rack back here, so there is movement with this bar, and that's what I was going to point out on it. If I were going to use it a lot, I would try to modify my J cups or come up with a different system for holding the bar because it flops around a lot the way it is. So let me get it set up here. Before I get too far along here, I'll just show you this arch. So remember, it has a 6-inch arch to the bar. So if you're using a straight bar for anything else on your workouts, you're going to have your J cup set up for that straight bar, for your arm length, for the position that you like to do your bench press with, right? So now you've got 6 more inches there, which requires you to not only adjust your J cups, but you need to adjust your safeties, unless you're using a live spotter, because with this 6-inch arch, you're going to have trouble getting it over the lip of your J cups, because you've lost 6 inches in your arm length because of the arch. It's probably not, you're not at the peak of the arch, but you are extended. So right off the bat, you need to drop your J cups down a little, and then the flop. When you have weight on here, you can kind of rest the bar up here, and I'll show you that. But when you don't have any weight, you just get this flop, which doesn't bother you. If you get your weight set, you just turn your bar around, you're ready to go. So that was just one thing I noticed right off the bat. Maybe not an issue if you're just using it one day a week exercise, but to be shifting back and forth, especially like I have three power racks down here. But if this is your only power rack that you're doing all of your lifts on, then moving the J cups around Shouldn't be a pain in the butt to you, but you know, some people have more patience than others with equipment changes and stuff, and they want to work through their routine real quick, or they have a pace and rhythm that they're using. So that was just one thing I wanted to point out. Okay, so I moved those J-cups down 2 spots. So I dropped it 2 increments down, which made it to where it's okay for me to grab it now. So you gotta watch your head getting under here, because you have your droop if you don't have it up. But now I can flip this up, and I can lift it off. But the next thing is that needs to be adjusted is, so now you have this deeper drop, so you're going to hit your safeties. So now you have to adjust your safeties down to match for that 6-inch drop also. So I'll do that. So I just backed my safeties out. I'm just using a warm-up set on this, although really for safety's sake, should always have your spotters in it. So I'll do what a teacher of mine told me a long time ago: do as I say, not as I do. How's that, guys? Actually, no, really, for safety's sake, you use heavier poundages. Always make sure that you have your safety bars in there, or that you have good spotter. So I'm going to take this bar off this rack. I've got 135 pounds on there. Right now I just have it sagging, but like I said, if you modify your J-cups to where this bar sits tight, or if you don't have roller cups, where you have this slide from side to side, you can just balance this bar up in the arch position like that, and it's not probably going to be an issue to you. So here we go with the arch. Drop it down, and you do get more of an extension. I can feel it spread in my shoulders a little bit more. Drop your elbows down to the side. And there is a little learning curve to it, but not too much. You do, when you first get this bar and the first time you take it off, you're going to do this little Bison Bar shimmy. But after you use it a couple times, that smooths out. It's not really an issue. So I'll do a regular set with it. Another thing that's it's kind of typical with the Titan bars, although I don't have the Titan Cerakote bar that they have now, but most of their other bars I've seen have smooth chrome sleeves. Especially when you first get them, they have that little oil film that your imports always have from crating and stuff. So invest in a pair of lock collars on this, because this bar, especially when you're not used to it, you shimmy around a little more, and it's real easy to get your weights out of balance, and you're going to slide one of the weights off onto the floor and create a catastrophe in your house. Somebody run downstairs or into the garage gym or extra room, wherever you have your gym set up, and kind of see what the noise was, the crash was, and it's just going to be you with your bar. But I like working out without collars. If I'm by myself, just for any reason I do need to purposely dump the weights. So here we go. I'm going to do a set of 8 with this, just a warm-up set. It does slow you down, because if you try to go fast, that's where you'll get that shimmy at the top, because you're really creating slack in the bar and your momentum. Try to shift your momentum real fast. I've got 225 on this bar now. And it's kind of a standard for me starting out after my warm-up sets, where I start at for my lifting. So I'm gonna scoop this out, try to lift it off. If I get it stuck on me, it'll be funny watching me dump it off. So I just did 3 reps. I mean, I don't have my safety spotters in there, so I'm not going to go all crazy and try to do a lot of reps. Besides that, I'm going to do bench press tomorrow, and I don't want to ruin my workouts tomorrow. I'm kind of setting my ways that way, and I just don't like to work out too much the day before I'm going to do a big bench press. But yeah, Bison Bar. It's got a 6-inch curve. It's a cheap enough bar. I need to have more use with it in order to really make a recommendation, or, I mean, really, if this were a decision where I got to buy a bar to do my presses with, I would go with the standard bar. I wouldn't go with this. It's kind of a one day a week thing, just kind of a game changer thing to try every now and then. I don't think it's an everyday workout bar. Although for people with squats, maybe with the arch positioning, maybe that does come into play, and it would work for you to set it up on your squats and use that every time that you do squats. But for bench presses, I'm not going to use it that way myself. If you guys find a way to incorporate it, you say this is my main bar, post a message and tell us all what your findings were on it, your strengths and your motivations for using it in that way. So appreciate you watching. So one other thing I just thought to mention here. Again, this is the 109.95 bar from Titan Fitness. So it's not the Yukon bar that a lot of people have seen. Right off the bat, the Yukon bar is, another $100, and I'm sure the build on it is a lot better. So, I mean, you're talking a 500-pound capacity bar versus a 2,000-pound capacity bar. I should have mentioned, but this bar is like a standard bar, and its weight is 45 pounds, where the Yukon bar is a 50-pound bar, I believe. So the length of the bar is a little bit different. The loadable sleeve on a Yukon bar is another 1.5 inches, so you have 17.5 inches. You have a black oxide finish on it, and the overall length of the bar itself is, it was 87 inches on this. It's 96 inches on the Yukon bar. So it's a different bar, better quality bar, and again, $100 more. They both have the 6-inch curve. The Yukon bar being a longer bar, 96-inch bar is going to give you a longer dimension in your grip space between the sleeves. I believe it was 52 inches on the Bison, and it's, I'm guessing, I think it's about 58 inches on the Yukon bar. So it's just a bigger bar to begin with, so more quality bar. But for an entry-level bar, to give this a try, to see if this arched business is for you, see if it helps with, if you have some sort of shoulder issues, impingement problems, anything like that, and you want to give this bar a try, $109 is a good way to give it a shot. So I'm going to do one more rep here, just because I've already got it set up. It's on my rack, so why not?